You are working like crazy, chasing money, but at the end of the month, your bank account still looks abandoned. And then you ask yourself, where did it all go? Darling, the problem is not always how much you earn. Sometimes it is how much you are throwing away without even noticing. I, Duchess Dollars, am going to show you exactly what the 5 things are that you need to cut right now if you want to prosper 100 times more in 2026. And when I say prosper, it is not just money in your pocket. It is waking up without that tightness in your chest. It is looking at your banking app without needing to take 3 deep breaths first. It is having peace, darling, real wealth. So stop scrolling through your feed and pay attention, because I am going to tell you some truths that nobody has the courage to say. The 4th thing you need to cut now is the habit of asking for permission to be yourself. How many women do I know who do not open a business because they are afraid of what people will say? How many do not move to another city because their family will think it is wrong? How many do not post on social media because they are embarrassed? Darling, while you are waiting for approval, others are out there doing it and growing. I remember when I decided I was going to talk about money openly. My family was horrified. Women do not talk about money, Duchess. You will look vulgar, Duchess. They will think you are pretentious, Duchess. And do you know what I did? I did it anyway, because I understood that the people who judge me do not pay my bills. The people who criticize me will not be there when I need help. So why would I live their lives instead of living mine? When you stop asking for permission, you stop betraying yourself. You start making decisions based on what you want, not on what others expect. And then yes, you prosper. Because prosperity is not just having money. It is having freedom. It is waking up and knowing that you own your choices. And look, I am not telling you to become arrogant and not care about anyone. There is a difference between being yourself and being disrespectful. I am saying, do not stay small just to fit the size that others want you to have. You were born to shine. So shine. Now comes the 2nd thing you need to cut. Toxic relationships. You know that friend you drag everywhere, who you want to help, who you feel sorry for? Well, she might be exactly what is preventing you from taking off. I know it sounds harsh, but toxic relationships are energy vampires. And energy, my darling, is money. When you are around people who only complain, who only pull you down, who make you feel guilty for wanting more, you cannot think straight. You cannot have ideas. You cannot see opportunities. Research shows that toxic relationships directly affect productivity, mental health, and even the financial situation of the person involved. You think it is just drama, but it is not. It is your brain being sabotaged every single day. I myself have been through this. I had a friend, I will not even say her name, who every time I shared an achievement, she found a way to ruin it. Did I buy new shoes? She would say they were too expensive and that I was being frivolous. Did I get a new client? She would remind me of all the times I had failed before. And the worst part? I thought she was protecting me, wanting what was best for me. Lie. She was dragging me down with her. Symptoms of a toxic relationship include stress, anxiety, low self-esteem, and can even harm your professional routine. When I cut that person out of my life, in 6 months, my income doubled. Coincidence? I do not think so. And look, it does not have to be a friend. Sometimes it is that envious coworker. Sometimes it is a boyfriend who does not want to see you grow because he is afraid you will fly too high and realize he is small. Sometimes, and this hurts more, it is people from your own family. That aunt who always says you are dreaming too big. That mother who is so afraid you will suffer that she prefers to see you small, safe, but unhappy. I am not telling you to abandon your family, but I am saying, set boundaries. Because if you do not protect your energy, nobody will protect it for you. The 5th and last thing you need to cut is the cycle of starting and stopping. My God, how many women do I see who start 1,000 things and do not finish any? Start taking a course, stop in the middle. Start a business, give up at the first difficulty. Start investing, take everything out at the first market drop. And then complain that nothing works. Of course it does not work, darling. You do not let anything mature. Financial experts say that financial success comes from preparation and consistency, not from luck. Things take time. Business takes time to give returns. Investment takes time to yield. You yourself take time to learn. But if you give up halfway, you will never see the result. I already lost $5,000 on my first investment because I did not know what I was doing. Did it hurt? It hurt a lot. I cried. I was angry at myself. But I did not give up. I studied more, sought mentorship, and that 5,000 became 500,000 later. But only because I did not stop. So if you started something, finish it. If it went wrong, learn and start again in a different way. But for God's sake, stop with this story of starting and stopping because that does not take anyone anywhere. The people who get rich are the ones who insist. the ones who wake up the next day after failing and go there to try again. And look, there is a difference between insisting on a mistake and having resilience. If you are knocking on the same door and it does not open, change doors. Recalculate your route, but do not stop walking, because stopping is the only thing that guarantees you will not get anywhere. Now, if you really want to understand the codes of wealthy women, how they dress, how they speak, how they behave, I need to tell you about something incredible. The course Look Rich, without spending much, has a promotional launch price that you will not believe. The classes are being released little by little, and as soon as the course is complete, the price goes up to full price without any discount. This course teaches exactly the visual, behavioral, and social codes that truly wealthy women use. Because it is no use having money if you do not know how to carry yourself. And it is no use not having money but wanting to be treated well if you do not know how to project the right image. This course will transform the way you are perceived and treated in the world. The link is in the description. Hurry, because this promotion will not last forever. I am an affiliate of the course, and I guarantee it is worth every penny. The third thing you need to cut are unnecessary expenses. And look, I am not telling you to become miserable, okay? I am the first to say that wealthy women deserve to have beautiful things, but there is a difference between buying what you love and buying any junk just because it is on sale. Data from Equifax shows that more than 71 million Americans are in debt, and much of this comes from expenses that could have been avoided. How many streaming subscriptions do you have that you do not even use? Do you pay for a gym every month but go twice? Do you buy clothes because they are cheap but get home and do not even take them out of the bag? All of this is money going away. Money that could be earning returns, invested, or taking you on a real trip instead of accumulating bills. I myself had to do a heavy financial cleanup when I decided I was going to be rich. I canceled everything I did not use. I stopped buying impulsively. I started asking, do I need this or do I just want it because it is right in front of me? And look, at first it hurts. You feel like you are depriving yourself, but then you look at your bank account growing and you realize it is not deprivation, it is prioritization. And a golden tip that I always give. Every Saturday morning, I grab my gourmet coffee, sit down with my spreadsheet, and put down everything I spent during the week. Everything. Even that gum. Because when you put it on paper, you see where the money is leaking. And then it becomes easy to cut what is not worth it. Wealth is method, darling. Controlling money is chic. And whoever does not control it is controlled by it. Now, the thing you need to cut is the habit of carrying grudges as if they were trophies. Every time you keep dwelling on what so-and-so did to you, what so-and-so said, you are spending mental energy that you could be using to make money. I am serious. Do you know how much time you waste per day thinking about people who hurt you? Adding it all up, it is hours. Hours that you could be spending studying something new, networking, creating content, closing deals. But no, you are there, ruminating, wanting revenge, waiting for karma to act soon. I am going to tell you something I learned with a lot of suffering. Forgiving is not making peace with the person who hurt you. Forgiving is making peace with yourself. It is you looking in the mirror and saying, that hurt, but I am bigger than that pain. That was horrible, but I am not going to let that define me. When you forgive, you take away the power that person had over you. And then yes, you are free to truly prosper. I had an ex, a broke boyfriend who left me for someone else. I spent months wanting him to regret it, wanting to prove to him that I was incredible. I spent energy, I spent money, I spent time. Until one day I thought, why am I giving so much power to a man who was not even capable of taking me to a decent restaurant? The day I decided he did not deserve even one more second of my thoughts, I started to really grow. Because all that energy I was throwing away on anger, I started investing in myself. And if you did something wrong to someone and you are carrying guilt, send a message, apologize, and move on. Do not stay in this thing of suffering alone thinking that the other person is suffering too. Nobody is thinking about you as much as you think. So resolve this right away and free up space in your head for better things. If you liked this video, subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you want to be truly rich. Because I am here every week bringing content that nobody has the courage to talk about. No whining, no stalling, just raw truth and tips that work. And tell me in the comments, which of these 5 things will you cut first? Comment here. Cutting is getting rich. I want to know which one is yours. And take the opportunity and share this video with that friend who needs to hear this. Because knowledge that is not shared is useless. Look, I know this whole talk might have sounded harsh, but do you know why? Because nobody gets rich being sweet all the time. Nobody prospers staying in their comfort zone. If you want 2026 to be different, you need to do different things. And cutting what does not serve you is the first step. I am not here to be your sweet friend who says everything is okay when it is not. I am here to wake you up, to give you a shake, to show you that you can do much more than you imagine. But for that, you need to let go of what is pulling you down. So do this. Grab a paper now, or open the Notes app on your phone and list these 5 things. Toxic relationships, grudges, unnecessary expenses, the habit of asking for permission, the cycle of starting and stopping, and next to each one, write, what am I going to do to cut this out of my life? Because intention without action does not change anything. You need a plan. And look, it does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be radical. You can go little by little. But start. Because 2026 is going to arrive anyway. The question is, are you going to arrive with it? Or are you going to stay behind complaining that things do not change? I chose to arrive with it. In fact, I chose to arrive ahead. What about you? Choose now. Because nobody is going to do this for you. Not your husband, not your mother, not your boss. Only you can decide that you deserve more. Only you can decide that the era of being a fool is over. So lift your head up, take a deep breath, and let us go together. 2026 is going to be our year. The year we stop sabotaging ourselves. The year we stop accepting crumbs. The year we finally understand that we were born to be rich. And not just with money. Rich in peace, in health, in freedom, in pride in ourselves. If you made it this far, you are already different from most. Most give up in the middle of the video. Most do not want to hear the truth, but you stayed. So I know you are a woman who wants real change. And to you, I say, you will succeed. Not because it is easy, but because you are strong, because you are intelligent, and because you finally decided you deserve it. Now go there. Apply everything I said, and come back here to tell me the results. I love hearing success stories from my subscribers, because each one of you who prospers is proof that this works, that it is not empty talk, that you can change your life when you have courage. A kiss from Duchess Dollars. Until the next video, and remember, you were born to be rich.